The bovines are up here for some reason. I turned them loose back there behind the house on the some of what I was going to mow for hay, because I'm not getting it done. And they were in heaven. They didn't even go all the way around the field. They pretty well ate to their heart's delight right inside the gate, and then I don't know, that's where they slept and everything. But they like to hang out up here next to the driveway under those two trees for whatever reason. I don't know. But we are slowly making progress. I have not been filming because that's just a lot of work, and finally I need to get some stuff done. So fertilizer over at Dad's. I hope I can get that planted tomorrow before it rains, but it's going to be a struggle bus. It is wet. I went through it a while ago, worked it up one more time, and there's places that four-wheel drive were spinning all four wheels. So I don't know, but we're going to keep plugging ahead, and hopefully, you know, the time that I took to go get that will have given it some more time to dry now, and then we'll work it up again after we spread the fertilizer, and maybe it'll turn out for us. So we're going to get started right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm the Oliver Man. 1755. Such a sweetheart. It's been getting a lot of hours this spring, and we're going to take it over and spread fertilizer and then leave it there so that we can tomorrow bale the rest of his hay with it, and hopefully then we're done over there for a while. The 4150, I have got it where it starts from the seat again, replaced a solenoid. Buddy the dog loves it. It's a good shade tree for him. I changed the oil, as you may have seen. I put some transmission oil in it and ended up that I didn't have quite enough, so I got to get some more. The store only had one bucket, so that was dangerously low probably, but not low enough that it tripped the pressure lube light, so that's good. I mean, it wasn't running dry. I really would love to take it out and try it in the field, but I'm just not there yet. It's got that fuel leak, and it's leaking enough where I don't want to burn it down, so I think we're gonna just leave it parked. What I will try with it is, whenever it dries enough to like do that wet corner, we'll use it to go do that and just give it a little bit of, you know, field time. But it makes me too nervous to be running out there, especially with the exhaust running all right through there and stuff, where it could splash on and start a fire. And once it starts a fire under there, stuff is going to go away in a hurry because it's all fiberglass. So, you know, we don't want to lose this thing after spending all of our time and effort on it. But it's slowly becoming better. I mean, you saw it when I drove it home about a year ago, not even a year ago. It was a pretty well used horse, and it's slowly coming back around, you know, to where I feel like we could use it all the time. So we just gotta be patient, friends, be patient. Rome wasn't built out of hay or whatever, but yeah, let's get going. I like to drive this tractor, so let's do that thing. And we will bounce our guts out over there probably, but hey, if you're not sure what's happening right now, I'm draining my radiator. And you probably don't need to watch that unless you subscribe with some sort of monthly fee. Then I guess I can start filming that. Onlyfarms.com. Yep, okay, sure. We'll have to go. We'll have to go up there and make a loop, because I got everything parked right in the driveway. need to get Freddy out and level off our rock we put in this hole. We haven't seen Freddy for a while, and he's got the little, what do you call that? The land plane. He's got that on, so we can do that thing. Trying to figure out what to do with my drink. I guess I'll just hold it. What fun this is going to be. Lots of wet holes. Hopefully our antique spreader here will hold together one more time. Come on. Come on, somebody else's failure. There we go. Alright, we gotta double check. That looks good. That said, as long as our PTO runs, we'll be in Fat City. As long as we don't get stuck. that's done. That was interesting. Here's the beans we planted the other day over here. They're all coming up. They just poked through the ground. I don't really like to drive on stuff I planted, but you know, I need out of there so that I can get through there with Mighty Whitey. Come on. That's all empty. Sleep. All right, we'll drive this up to the house after a while maybe. Or maybe we'll just leave it sit, I don't know. If I get this done tonight with this, I'll be done with this over here. As in Mighty Whitey. Then we can just take it home and we'll deal with the tractor and fertilizer spreader tomorrow when we go to bale. Sure, I would have parked it here, but kind of worried about that dead tree. It would be my luck if I parked it right here out of the way, that would be the day the tree decided to fall, and that would break my heart if that 1755 got hurt, because that is by far one of my favorite tractors. I don't know why, but the more I have it, the more that, I don't know, it's just a handy size for everything. We're not going to look at this too close, because the closer we look at this, we might find something that's not right, and I don't want to know about that. Keep working, disc. We don't want to know. If you've got an issue, keep it to yourself. When we take this home, we're also going to try to charge the AC, because I'm getting tired riding around in this sweatshop. Back to work. Not that this gained us much, but any drying time is better than nothing. I'm gonna have my hands full out here because I'll have to keep raising this up and stuff, so there's not gonna be much filming. But you've seen this many times, so there's really no point to doing the same thing over and over again. So I'll bring you back when something more interesting happens. Yeah, we made it back. Too much stuff in the driveway though. I gotta move something before I can put that away. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully, tomorrow, we will do soil finishing and plant some more beans, and then we are on the downhill stretch finally. The only thing left to do is destroy that wheat field and plant it into beans, because it's not worth anything else. So, and at any rate, that will be tomorrow's project, and that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Buddy the dog, what are you doing, my friend? Huh? Yeah, you keep an eye on everything, because I gotta go again the next day. So we're gonna go over and try to soil finish and then plant soybeans. I need to pick up my trash from servicing that 4150 in the Landau, but it's fine. We'll get to it. Right now, we're in go mode as I walk as slow as humanly possible. But I think I'm gonna just continue with the 9650 and that field cultivator. The Landau, I'm saving that. We'll have to have it probably on that wheat field, but this was working fine. Even though we're down 1/2 of a basket, I think we're just gonna roll with this. because it shouldn't take that long, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Ah, can you believe that? In like a couple days, now I got a freaking bird's nest in there again. Here you go, bird. Maybe you can still find a way to live. What is it about this 9650 that makes you want to build a bird's nest in there? Not cool, birds. Not cool. It's got oil in it. That's good. I feel bad for evicting the birds, but at the end of the day, they're birds. They'll get over it. Or they won't. Maybe they'll fly into a ceiling fan. I don't know. The problem is, or not problem, but the simple fact that we can learn from the birds is the same thing I've been saying the whole time. If you live on a farm, you can't be tore up about stuff like that. I mean, it's a bird. It's in the way, it's got to go. You can't cry and, oh, the birds. No, just doesn't work. Well, I'll bring you back when we get over there. Everything's cruising pretty good here, so hopefully we'll keep that up. All right, unfold, unfold. Sure. We're gonna see how this goes. I don't know. Get around this mud hole here. And then we got another mud hole coming right up. It'll work. Positive thoughts. Well, that's a muddy mess. Come on. Too dry, it ain't leaving it, not kicking up any dust. Oh, wet spot. Come on. Well, one way or the other, it's gonna happen today. So if it's more wet than I'd like it in places, it's just gonna have to be. I mean, we're nearing the middle of June, it's time to go. Some years I can get everything planted in a week or two, and this year I think every little field is a week apart, at least, with the way it's been with the rain. So I don't know. got a problem. We hooked something. Maybe it'll go away. Maybe all I had to do was raise it up. No. Come on, lazy man. Can I back up and get off of it? No. Oh, it's a piece of metal. Ah, jeez. Okay. What have we got here? We've got a tree root and a wad of fence panel. Oh, that's a nice one. Why is this one hanging so much lower than the other? I guess that's not a problem. It's just the way it was. Well, part of this has been buried for a while. Part of it must have been sticking above the ground. One thing's for sure, it's gonna play impossible to get loose. What am I gonna do? Pick this up? Huh? There. Crisis averted. I don't know where that was. Oh, that is a that's one of those little hog farrowing crate dividers. I don't know how that got out here, but it ain't never gonna do that job again. Oh. All right, back up. Get a little run at what we were doing. Sure. There we go. We'll be here a while. All right, Baylor. Let's see if we can do it again. that's done. So now I'm hoping soybean time, you know? It's supposed to rain tomorrow morning. That's why it was such a mad rush to get this done. And the baler survived, but the mower didn't. That's unusual. Usually it's the baler that doesn't make it. I don't even know how many you got. That one up here is a little half bale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 maybe or so. And last time I think he got 17. So 34 off of, this is probably about a 15 or 16 acre piece. It's not evenly shaped, and it didn't get all of it cut. There's a few little patches in there that were down in the ditch that didn't get cut. Then the mower broke, so they didn't get cut. So I'd say that's, whatever I said, 34 bales off of maybe like 14 acres or so. Not bad, I guess. Could have been better, could have been worse. We'll get this rig out of here. It has dried, at least on top, a good bit. So, yeah. We gotta cultivate our way out so we don't leave tracks. I hate that. Leaving, I already left tracks from the fertilizer spreader. So sure. All right, time for this horsey. Spoiler alert, I took a break for a little bit and ate lunch. So, yeah. All right. Somebody in the comments didn't like the way I inoculate the seed, pour the powder in the top and then stir it up in the box. Yeah. Let me ask you, what's the difference between mixing it in the box and mixing it in a 5-gallon bucket and then dumping it in the box? Absolutely zero difference. The good thing is that all your extra powder, instead of sticking to the side of the bucket, is in the box. And yeah, it goes. I mean, you look at it now, you can tell that it's all mixed up all over, all the seeds. Some people will have to come back and get more. I mean, when these are slam packed full, that's not going to be enough to plant a whole field, so at any rate, we'll get it. Just have to take the time and fill them all up. So I'll do that, and then we should be ready to go. All right. I'll tell you one thing, it's getting kind of hot out here. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. progressively more towards the failure. This is going to be miserable here. I'm hoping if I hit it with some speed, I'll be able to get through it fine. Some room to prime up the planter. It's always the wrong marker that goes down. Are loud, but I bet today they're going to quiet down a little bit. When we get to that muddy place. Well, a sad thing happened. I need more seed, and I don't have any more. So I'm gonna have to go get some. I don't know how we misjudged that, but I'm down to where it's gonna run out if I move any more, and this one did run out. So how far do you figure? I'll probably just move it over and plant over top of that one, or likewise go next to the fence and plant in this way and overlap that a little bit and be done. But I knew that would happen. I don't know why we didn't load up enough that day, but that's fine. I can run out and get more. It's not that far. So I'll do that, and hopefully I can get this done before dark. Well, I got back from going to get more, filled up the planter, took the extra bags home, brought his pickup back. Now I think we're ready to finish this, and that's a good thing. Once that's done, we're done over here. It's gonna rain the next 3 or 4 days, so it's just gonna take, I don't know. Basically though, we're caught up finally, because all we got left to do, if I didn't say that before, is what was going to be double crop anyway, but then the wheat didn't turn out, so now we're gonna axe the wheat and plant it to beans. So, you know, it was gonna be at least now, but most definitely later anyway. So I consider that we're caught up. I don't know. So the end is in sight. That's the moral of the story and the best part, because geez, it's been a different year, I can say that for sure. Also, the humidity right now is ridiculous. I don't know what the deal is, but it's a sweatshop down here. What a beautiful rig, you know? I think what I'm going to do is back up, and I'm going to run my wheel on the inside of that marker track so that I overlap that outside row, because I don't know when it ran out. And since this field is right next to a road, we'd hate for it to have a, you know, one that's not planted. So, whoa. Done. Took a little longer than I had hoped, but I was able to get through 90% of it, which I didn't believe was possible this morning, so I'm cool with it. I should probably not have put it in road gear in the field. That's fine. Wasn't thinking. What happens when you're talking at the same time. But with any luck, this will come up just as good as everything else. Hopefully we don't just get a pounding rain on it in the next 4 or 5 days. But I think we should be fine. So there we go. That took about 2 days of our life there to get all that dried out good enough to go. If it had been drier than that, I could have done it all in 1 day, but it worked out. I mean, you could see that it was actually a little too wet in some places, but 90% of it I was able to drive over no matter what. And I think it'll come up anyway, so, you know, but if we get another 5 inches of rain and it sits in underwater, then it's probably not going to come up. That's what's happening over here by the driveway. It was a beautiful stand the first day it came out of the ground, but part of it was underwater, and now I can see that some of it obviously isn't going to make it. So, oh well, not enough to worthy of going back and driving over to try to patch it in, because we'd rut up more than what we... Yeah, you can see how wet it was in place. It stuck a clay. Look at that. That's like Play-Doh with a little bit of loose dirt in it. But, yeah. Yeah, the bottom layer is clay, and then it's got other dirt that it picked up along its way, but a few places. Anywho, that's going to do it for this one. I don't know when we'll get to the other one. Just depends on how much it's going to rain in the next few days. So that's probably going to be all of field work for a while. I'm going to throw in this little clip here of my phone just in case people don't believe it. I checked this an hour ago, and since then I've had 33 calls and 116 emails. And it was 0 earlier, you know, last time I checked. I go through and clear it all out so the little red thing goes away. So yeah, that's crazy. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.